Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I'll be going over the 3 Wiesel tanks entering into War Thunder with the upcoming, update called Groundbreaking. And these are 3 different ones. We have the Wiesel 1A4, the Wiesel 1A2, and the Ozelot, which is a Wiesel 2. And it's pretty interesting how they have it. So they have the Wiesel 1A4 listed as an SPAA. In fact, actually 2 of the 3 are listed as SPAA, with the Ozelot having Stinger air-to-air or surface-to-air missiles, and the Wiesel 1A4 having an RH, a Rheinmetall 202 20mm cannon, the same that you'd find on top of the Leopard 2K or in the Martyr series of vehicles, well, the more modern Martyr series of vehicles. And we also have the 1A2, which has a tow launcher on top, and it features something pretty cool, the Tow 2B, which goes over top of the enemy tank and blows up, destroying everything inside, because the roof of the tank tends to be the weakest spot on it. So pretty cool. And the Wiesel 1A4 has the access to DM63, and it's 7.0, and the Ozelot has access to the FIM-92K, which itself is an improved Stinger missile. Pretty cool. There's nothing too extraordinary here, but they are all very fast. 87 kilometers per hour, or 80 kilometers per hour for the 2 of these, the 1A4 and the 1A2, and the Ozelot has a 70 kilometer per hour top speed. However, I do suspect that it might be a tad bit quicker because of the higher engine power, but of course I would have to do the math, and that's not something I'm going to do right now. Now, interestingly, these have all of them have access to thermals. Not only that, but they are tier 1 thermals. Every single one of them, including the 1A4, at 7.0 BR. And this also has access to DM63 APDS shells, which it's only 66 millimeters of armor pen, albeit, and it goes down pretty substantially once you get beyond 500 meters and 30 degrees of attack, but they are pretty potent. If you do not have those, you can also get these, which have 57 millimeters of armor pen. Not quite as good, but still pretty good. And, you know, if you're going up along the side of an enemy tank, if you've already had the Martyr tank, for example, like the Martyr A1 or the Martyr 1A3, you will know exactly how to use these. This is basically a Martyr tank without the ATGMs on it. Interestingly, though, it also doesn't have nearly as much vertical guidance as the Martyr A1, even though this is billed as an SPAA. So I'm not really quite sure. Maybe they just made that as a technicality. Not really sure. It only has 8 millimeters of armor for everything. The Ozelot, much the same, 8 millimeters of armor. So there's not really too much going on here. And as you can see here, these are where they're listed. We have the 1A4 just beyond the Kugel Blitz, but before the Gepard. The Ozelot is after the Gepard, so it fills in that 8.0 to 10.0 gap. Pretty interesting. I think that's actually a pretty welcome addition. The Wiesel 1A4 is probably going to play like a more modern R3T20. And then we also have the Wiesel, I keep saying Wiesel, whatever. The Wiesel 1A2 is sitting at 9.0 after the JAPZ KA2. And I think that's pretty interesting. You know, it more or less acts like a German Bradley in a way, except less capable, might be a good way to put it. But anyways, enough explanation. Let's get into a match or two with these things and see how they perform. So right off the bat here, I noticed that they're not allowing me to get into the Wiesel 1A4. I'm not really sure why. But, you know, if nothing else, you can see, oh, this has 3 tow missiles, so my apologies if I said anything else. The 2A is tandem charge, whereas just the 2 is regular ATGM. Tandem charge is more effective versus ERA armor. But, of course, we're going to want to go with the Tow 2B and also have options for the 2A. You know what? Carry a full load here. May as well. So go over here. So if you haven't played the Wiesel... Let's see, I'm going to put the volume down a little bit. Maybe even a little bit more. But, so if you haven't played the Wiesel 1A4, which I'm guessing most of you have not. Also, look at this gun depression. It's absolutely ridiculous. But if you haven't played the Wiesel 2A or 1A4, again, you have pretty much the same capability in the Martyr. So if I, for some reason, am not able to get that in the gameplay today, don't fear, it's already pretty much in the game, just with an additional ATGM. Which, in that case, I could actually see the Wiesel 1A4 going down in BR. However, that could be tricky as it has heat FS, or as it has thermal. So I'm not really sure how that's going to play. Also, this is interesting. It does have a, limited turret traverse. There's that. Okay, so I am scouting. He sees me. He sees me. Got him. Kind of. Okay, I'm backing out. Backing out. Backing out. This thing is quick in reverse. Holy cow. Something like that. I feel like the A1, the TOW 1A, I mean, say, would have been a little bit more effective. So this limited turret traverse is really going to negatively impact it. I'm going to shut off the engine here. Hopefully he doesn't see the gas. I think he knows I'm here. He must. Oh yeah, there's someone here. Someone here. Uh-oh. No! Oh! Yes, please. Uh-oh, uh-oh, I have to stop it from firing. What just happened? What? Can he even hit me? What is going on? This is so wacky. Ah! Stop! Okay, time to get tandem charge. Oh, what just happened? What the heck was that? Okay, presenting here the craziest Wiesel gameplay you're ever going to see in the history of War Thunder. I just encountered it on my first encounter with an enemy tank. What the heck? Did that guy just rage quit? I don't know which one I was killed, but I'd be pissed. I would be upset. I'd be really upset, actually, if I were him. That's funny. Sad, but funny. So I'm going to go re-equip myself with missiles, and this is exactly why sometimes you go with a relatively full load on ATGMs. Because you have very, very limited capabilities. And in that case, actually, the lesser, so to speak, of the ATGMs, the TOW 2A, would have been better. It was better overall, so I'm just going to refill entirely, and then we can get going. Oh, yeah! Post-World War II vehicles beating World War II vehicles. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's nothing more War Thunder than that, guys. Not a single thing. So, driver only gets night vision, by the way. I think that's pretty universal across every single one. Maybe the Ozelot has something different, but these all have thermals for gunners, if nothing else, which is nice. That's nice. Didn't really make any sense how I said that. Uh-oh, looks like we have ourselves jabroni or something over here. Okay, we have ourselves a Charlie Wango Tango. He got me. Anyways, let's get into the next match. I really don't think we'll be able to use the Ozelot here, simply because the Ozelot is SPAA and there's no aircraft in the sky. So let's get into the next fight. Well, unfortunately, it seems as though the servers, the dev servers, are down, so I'm not able to actually play a match. However, you've already seen how this vehicle works, but let's just go look at it a little bit more. I'm going to go target that vehicle all the way over there. Oh, that's such a beautiful launch. Let's see what we can do. Yeah! So, I can't use this thing when it's moving at really any speed, as with most vehicles, unfortunately. But, well, as with most ATGM packing vehicles, they just don't allow you. So let's see how this thing can cross this right here. Uh-oh, uh-oh, oh, I did it. But that also serves another purpose. I want to see how crazy I can get this, whatchamacallit to be. So, okay, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Now let's go attach the whatchamacallit over here. The tandem charge. In many cases, actually, the tandem charge will be better. So if you're within any range or any, if you're at all close to the enemy vehicle, I would almost suggest the tandem charge. 100%. Oh, perfect test, perfect test. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So terrain deforms. I don't know if that's always been like that or if that's because of the new bomb out feature. But it's deforming based on tracks, and like I've known it deforms. Don't get me wrong, but this seems a little bit new to the degree that it's doing it. Like it's actually affecting where I can actually where I sit. It doesn't just make like superficial tracks, but rather it does impact where I'm sitting. So that's pretty interesting. Like I could actually carve this out if I really wanted to, and now it sits a little bit less high. That's really interesting. But anyways, I'm just gonna go toss into the Martyr not the Martyr, the Wiesel 1A4, and then that'll be kind of that. Well, that plus the Ozelot. Okay, so I've got the Wiesel 1A4 with the DM63. Let's see what it can do against aircraft, because this is supposed to be SA. That's an SPAA, but you know what? I mean, even with the SP or the APDS, it does pretty decently. Now, this is going to primarily be one of those types of vehicles. I mean, it does not handle any sort of recoil well, but this is going to be one of those vehicles. Oh wow! Holy guacamole! That is slow in the water. Wow! I mean, this is only a 3-ton vehicle. Like, this weighs about as much as a Chevy Tahoe. Maybe a little bit more, but still. But not as much armor. But yeah, I mean, versus most vehicles, you're probably not even going to be able to pen the side. And that's even considering the fact that this is 66 millimeters of armor pen. So it's going to have some tough times facing a lot of side whatchamacallit vehicles, a lot of the armor from the side of vehicles. So yeah, I mean, just right there, I'm not really doing much. I did get through it slightly. No, okay. I mean, if nothing else, you can set it on fire. There's that. You can destroy various modules, but beyond that, I mean, there ain't much to it. This is not going to be an easy vehicle, and you know, Oxy pointed out in the dev server, in their gameplay essentially today, that this is probably going to be better at high tier, and I'm inclined to believe him. I'm inclined to believe, basically, just because a lot of the time these vehicles, especially World War II, post-World War II vehicles around the 7.0 BR range, will have more of the regular armor. Like, they'll be better armored on the side against conventional rounds, which is what more or less this is. Whereas they opt for more ERA and things of that nature. So, yeah, this might be better at higher BR, despite the fact that it's a 7.0 right now. But anyways, let's get into the Ozelot, and then that should be that. Okay, so on the likelihood that I'm not actually going to be able to get into a match in the dev server with planes, at least not anytime soon, I'm here in the regular thing, in the test drive with the Ozelot, and I've equipped the FIM-92E and the K just to kind of show you guys the differences between the two, because I feel that that is some level of important. So let's see. So that's the E. That's the lesser. That's what you get immediately. And at a range, it does perfectly well. Perfectly acceptable. Now let's go find out the other... where the other one is. Oh. There he is. Oh, no, that's not him. That's another one. Let's see what this can do closer range. Wow, okay. That's actually not too bad at all. I am not at all upset with that result. So let's go find the MiG. It's got to be hiding around here somewhere. Okay, I found the MiG. Now I'm just gotta keep tracking. Keep on keeping on. Okay, firing for effect. Now. Oh, whoops. Now. So this is the E. Okay, as you can see, it did not actually get him. I'll fire one more because that's the last I have of the E. Let's see what that does at a proper range. It misses. Okay, that's interesting. And now let's go to the K. I'll try to simulate the most recent firings as well as possible. I know it's not entirely, possible, but immediately you can see it tracks a little bit better. It's still not great. They more or less have to be going away from you or towards you. Going across the horizon is not a good look for these missiles. Not at all. But, of course, a large reason being is because you can't really shift where you are in comparison to them so much as they can do to you. So, yeah, as you can see, it's just not going to be effective when they're flying in circles around you, for the most part. For the most part, let's see what we can do here. Yep. I'll try it one more time. If there was a way I could, like, lead it. Like, legitimately lead it. Yeah, no. He's just too close. Too close, and it's not going to be entirely effective against targets like that. Now, against the IL-28, of course, it will be a bit more effective, largely because of the, well, size of it. It's less maneuverable. It's also its flight pattern. So there's that. But, yeah, I mean, ultimately, these are very, very limited missiles. They're not really necessarily going to be able to do all too much. They're not terrible as, like, point defense. It's 9.0, so it is what it is. But, yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe. Again, I'm sorry that I couldn't get the Martyr 1A4 gameplay in here. The reason being is simply because I don't know, it's just not letting me play it. But also, if you've played the Leopard 2K, the Martyr A1, whatever, all those vehicles, I meant to say the Wiesel 1A4, whatever. If you played any of those with that cannon, you know exactly what it's about. So there's not really much difference. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know the dealio. And I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.